President Biden's Saudi visit demonstrates strong ties between the two countries, and global equity funds suffer a third week of outflows. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. President Biden begins his two-day visit to Saudi Arabia today, his first official visit to an Arab country since taking office. Bilateral trade between Saudi and the U.S. touched $36.5 billion in 2021, up from $31.6 billion in 2020. Saudi's investments in U.S. Treasury securities reached $115.7 billion in April. The Public Investment Fund's investments in U.S. equities jumped 182% in 1 year to $43.6 billion at the end of Q1 2022. Global equity funds faced a third straight week of outflows in the week to July 12th on concerns over the prospect of further central bank interest rate hikes and the health of economies worldwide. Refinitiv Lipper says investors disposed of $4.33 billion worth of global equity funds in a third straight week of net selling. European and U.S. equity funds saw outflows worth $4.04 billion and $1.41 billion respectively, but Asian funds saw $0.6 billion in inflows. Alibaba's Hong Kong shares plunged nearly 6% today on reports it faces a new probe in China. Its cloud division has reportedly been summoned over a theft of police data. An anonymous hacker claimed to have obtained information on 1 billion Chinese residents from the police in Shanghai, and the file was allegedly left open on the internet for a year with no password. Researchers say it was on Alibaba's cloud platform. Swiss luxury giant Richemont, which counts Cartier and Piaget among its brands, says sales rose 20% in its first fiscal quarter, despite a drop in demand in Asia Pacific. Global sales in the period of April to June topped $5.2 billion, even as China rolled out fresh lockdowns in a bid to contain COVID cases. Sales rose 18% in the Middle East, 41% in the Americas, and 75% in Japan. The strong demand offset the decline in China. And staying with luxury retail, our biggest loser today on the Forbes Real-Time Billionaires ranking is LVMH's Bernard Arnault and family, down $2.8 billion with net wealth of $145.5 billion. Our second biggest loser today is Mark Zuckerberg, down $1.9 billion with net wealth of $57 billion. And our third place loser is Mexican telco giant Carlos Slim Heno, down $1.5 billion with net wealth of $80.4 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest billionaires news. Britain has announced a $2.78 billion upgrade for the Eurofighter Typhoon combat jet. This includes a new radar and enhanced electronic warfare capability. Officials say the radar will be installed by the end of the decade, initially on the third tranche of Typhoon. The judge overseeing Twitter's $44 billion lawsuit against Elon Musk has a no-nonsense reputation. Analysts say Kathleen McCormick has the distinction of being one of the few who has ever ordered a reluctant buyer to close a U.S. corporate merger. McCormick was assigned the Twitter lawsuit, which seeks to force Musk to complete his deal for the social media platform. It promises to be one of the biggest legal showdowns in years. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.